What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Apoptygma Berzerk. Once again, shout out to Adam, not only for sharing their music, but he's given me a sort of short list of tracks, rather than just going through Welcome to Earth in its entirety. And indeed, I had actually prepared to shoot a reaction to a tune called Untitled. And then I began shooting it, and I realized that it was not even like formally music. I was going to shoot it as a 2-for-1, but like I said, it was like, wait, so this is, I skipped over a Yazoo track, I before E, because it's like this crazy non-musical audio experiment, like this, sonic art project. So it felt like the Untitled tune from Welcome to Earth was the same. So I consulted Adam, and he gave me a list of tunes from a handful of their albums. So the first one on the list was from Harmonizer 2002, so I think the album right after Welcome to Earth, if I'm not mistaken. And the track that he suggested is Suffer in Silence, which, that's an intense phrase, the idea of you going through some horrible experience where the consequences of some development are making you experience anguish, psycho-emotional, deeply personal perhaps, but you're not reaching out to anyone, you're not seeking anyone's help, you're not confiding in anyone, you're dealing with it all up here, and perhaps going through more in that way than you might otherwise if you were reaching out for assistance or some form of comfort. So yeah, it's an intense phrase. Knowing what I know about their music, at least through a handful of tracks, they seem to be mostly in the electronic area, but not, synth-pop feels like the wrong term, like dance pop. At least a couple of the tracks I listened to were sort of overtly trance, at least in large part. So I would expect maybe more of the same, more electronic sounds, maybe, a guitar sound here or there, but largely I would expect it to be like keyboard and, drum machine driven. We'll see what is in play, but again, this is Apoptygma Berzerk from their 2002 album Harmonizer, and it's called Suffer in Silence. Hello. I like that melody. Acidic noises, not like a full, proper acid blend, or some good singing. The deep bass, I enjoy. It's like a lush bass line.
Turning gold to stone because of my free will. I lied about it all the way. I need to forget and make this tragic feeling go away.
Kind of like a punkish edge to his vocals.
A word of what you said. I never heard a word of what you said. Too busy being selfish. I never learned the rules of life. It's time to confess and look you in the eyes. I need you to forgive and make this tragic feeling go away. I know I'm lost. Please let me suffer in silence.
Don't rub it in.
I said enough.
Don't talk about it.
Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while.
Anytime you look back, it's always there, staring right back at you.
Please let me suffer in silence. I said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while.
But wanting relief from that, wanting didn't expect a spacey ambient interlude. This is like really the breakdown I would have expected. But I like the way it transitions out.
I know I'm lost. Please let me suffer in silence. I've said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while. I know I'm lost. Please let me
The kick
suffer
is
in
nice. It's got some oomph.
I've said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while. I know I'm lost. Please let me suffer in silence. I've said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while. I know I'm lost. Please let me suffer in silence.
Some lasery synths, like accents.
I've said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while. I know I'm lost. Please let me suffer in silence. I've said enough. Please help me hide from the ghost, from my past for a while.
Reminds me of what's that track? Like, don't do it. The acid gurgling a little more clear here. Funny, like, my brain is far more willing to be analytical or like break down individual parts in genres that I have a longer history of listening to, like trance. It's like, you know, the introduction of a hi-hat, stripping part of the tune back to accentuate other elements that in different parts are more supportive. Give me more of that. Yeah, so that's a cool tune. And again, it was sort of what I expected, but more, I don't know, like more vocal trance. I thought it would be more, perhaps, maybe not instrumental, but more limited vocals. But it was like a full, proper song, if, again, in the context of a early 2000s trance tune. So, yeah, Sonics, enjoyed that a lot. Again, his voice, his vocal delivery had a bit of a sort of punkish edge to it. It wasn't, you know, like a punk rock song, but yeah, he had a bit of a like a grittiness to his vocal delivery, like more than you would perhaps expect in a tune like this. I will say though, whether it's Aha or Apop, who I understand is from Norway, it's like you would believe that he's just like perfectly fluent in English. So the multilingual nature of singers from Norwegian bands is impressive. But yeah, cool tune, you know, very much up my alley. Again, maybe if I heard that in 2002, I'd be like, well, you know, vocal trance, you know, I wouldn't play it in one of my sets, because, you know, 2002 I was still playing parties in like the old school era. I think the last party that I played in the original run was like 03, 04, and then I didn't play a party again until like, I don't know, it was 09. Either way, I may have been a bit like, I don't know, elitist about that in terms of like, I would have probably said, oh yeah, it's a cool tune. I probably wouldn't play it in one of my sets, but that's a cool tune. But I've definitely come to enjoy vocal trance or even like vocals in techno more than I used to. So yeah, cool tune, enjoyed it. Once again, shout out to Adam, who's given us a bit of a legend in the moment. I think there's maybe one or two other tunes from this album, but he's laid out on a couple of their different albums tracks we can go through. So shout out to you. Let me know what you think of this. I will see you next time. Peace.